Yo, what's the dealio, man? Listen, you already know I got a straight banger for you today, all right? So check this out. Check this out. In this video, what I want to talk about is your trading plan. And I want you to ask yourself, am I forcing it? Okay? Am I forcing it? You got to understand that when you're trading, you don't want to be in a position where you feel like you're forcing the trade. If you feel like you're forcing a trade, it's a wrap, right? It's truly a wrap. And the reason why is because you don't want things to come to you at random, right? You don't want things to come to you at random. So there's a saying that says, as long as the income is out, as the outcome is income, right? But the things that you input is going to create what your output is. So if you're inputting randomness, your output is going to be randomness as well, right? So we got to talk about developing your way of trading, right? So that way things aren't just random, okay? When I'm trading, if it's a swing trade, I'm looking for certain things, right? And I'm gonna show you some things on the chart. But when I'm day trading, I'm looking for certain things as well. Mainly, I'm looking for a breakout, okay? Like a breakout of a level, of a previous level. And if it doesn't do that, then I don't really like to, because something that I've learned is whenever a stock is inside of a range, it becomes very hard to trade that stock, right? And so if it becomes hard to trade a stock because it's inside of a range, that's going to affect your performance. You get what I'm saying? My best trades come from either when I'm swing trading and I have enough time, right? That's where some of my trades have come, but also when my entry is spot on, and also when the resistance is kind of like, you could clearly see where the resistance is at, right? And so I don't want you guys out here randomly doing stuff, right? Now, here's another thing, right? So let's start at the top. You want to have a plan. So you have a plan and a strategy. Those are two different things. Your plan may be, hey, I'm going to trade this stock, this stock. Those are going to be on my main watch. And then I'm going to have 2 to 3 other stocks that are on my other watch list, right? Like my secondary, just in case these ones, they start chopping around or something, right? So that's your plan. Your strategy is, I'm going to trade a breakout. I'm going to trade an orb. I'm going to trade a reversal. That's your strategy, okay? So your plan is, what are you looking at and what are you focusing on? Your strategy is, this is how I'm going to execute my trades. There is a difference. So let's make sure that we understand the difference between those two. So you want to have a plan, and then you want to also have a strategy on what you trade. That way, if you see your setup on a different stock that maybe you haven't traded this stock in a week, but if you see your setup and that is in alignment with your strategy, you may say, hey, I'm going to take this. Okay, so first things first, you want to have your plan and understand your strategy. Now within that, you want to have certain rules. So I'm going to share a couple of my rules. If I start seeing a lot of wicks on a stock, I'm gonna stop, because here's what wicks are telling me. I need to either, this type of stock that I'm trading today, I probably need to take profits fast, because it's going up and down. So you may think you're in a trend and then it reverse on you, and then you down on your trade and then you lose money, and then you realize that it was a whole bunch of wicks, right? So when I see a lot of wicks and a lot of up and down action, I don't enter into the trades, or if I'm in a trade, I try to get out. And so that's one of my things, right? Another one of my things is I'm okay with getting out of a trade at break even, right? Because the way I feel about it is, and these are my rules, right? Some people are all or nothing. But if I see a trade is clearly not going in the direction, I'm okay with getting out. Right? I'm okay with getting out. That is something that works for me. You got to find what works for you. Okay? Another thing. If I'm reading a price action, right? If I'm reading a price action and I see, let's say I'm in a trade and I'm up 5%. Okay? And I'm seeing that it's just rejecting off of this level right here, right? And it's not getting above. I'm okay with getting out of that trade because I would rather get out of it at 2%, 5%, whatever, rather than trying to stay in the trade, force it, because I can't make a stock go up, right? And then I'll say, okay, if it breaks above that level that I clearly see it having resistance at, then I'll enter into the trade, right? But I'm not gonna chance it and say, okay, I see that this is a rejection point and it's a strong resistance. Let me stay in. Because if it starts to reject harsh, now you're gonna be down on the trade. And then it could go the complete opposite way, right? So that's one of my rules, right? I have a good amount of rules for myself, and I want you to understand that your rules, they help protect you, right? Have you ever got into a trade because somebody else said something like from 2 days ago, and then you get in the trade and you realize, damn, I ain't followed none of my rules, right? This game is about creating rules and boundaries for yourself that work best for you, and you got to know yourself. You got to know who you are, and you got to know what's going on, so that way you can operate best. Another thing, I usually like to wait the first 15 minutes at least, right? When I first started trading, I was getting into trades within the first 3 to 5 minutes. I was getting cooked. Off that first candle, I would get obliterated, okay? Thinking it's going up, down, up, down. I'm getting nervous. I'm getting scared. I'm getting out of that market. I'm getting in that market. I'm getting toe up, right? I'm getting toe up. All because I was just entering in too early. So then I started waiting the first 15 minutes. And now, sometimes I wait even the first 30 minutes. Because that's going to help me see clearly, right? That's going to help me see clearly. You have to know when to be able to use the 5-minute time frame, the 15-minute time frame, the 30-minute time frame, right? But I like to wait the first 15 minutes at least, okay? So I want you to understand this too, right? You are going to miss out on trades and entries. It's okay. You got to be okay with missing out on entries, on trades, right? How many times have you been like, damn, I should have entered, and it went, and then the stock went your direction? It happens all the time, right? But don't chase that entry just because you missed out. Let's say the stock went up 50 cents. That could have been a target. Now you get in a trade, then it starts to go the opposite way. Now you get cooked. You feel what I'm saying? So you really got to start to, get serious about developing your plan consistently. So every day you got to have a plan, your your strategy, and then you know your rules, right? So let me show you an example of something that happened today that I stuck to my rules, and I was like, man, it's all good, right? I took, I think 2 trades today, but one was a break even and one was like 4%. But the reason is because I did not like the price action. I didn't like how stocks were moving. Things were chopping around. Things were being real funny today. Today and yesterday, it was a couple setups, but it's not like no clear setups that make it easy for me to be like, I'm about to go hard on this trade, right? when you find yourself feeling very cautious about what the stock market is showing you, you gotta honor that and respect that, because you can't just be like, nah, the stock market every day is the best. No, the conditions in the stock market every day are not the best for trading. It is what it is, right? So you really want to ask yourself, based on my rules, is this environment conducive to me taking trades, right? The more mature you become in this game of trading, the less you're going to be trading, right? I remember when I started, I was taking 3 to 5 to 6 trades a day. Now I really believe that like 1 to 2 trades per day is ideal. You can make 6 figures a year off of 1 to 2 trades per day, because it's not like each trade you only gonna make $5. We talking, thousands of dollars, $500, $600, $700, right? Because look, if there's 252 trading days in a year, let's go to the calculator real quick, okay? 252 trading days in a year, right? Okay, so let's divide $100,000 in gross profits from options divided by 252. All right, that's what? That's $396. So all you need to make is $396, right? So every week, what is that? $396 times 5, that's $1,900. So let's say you end up taking 2 trades per week, right? And let's say your account is 5K. All right. So if you want to make 2K a week, you may say, okay, I need to make $500 a day, or like, $400 a day. Or what if one day you catch a nice play, you invest $1,000 in that trade, and then you get 150% return? That's $1,500. Right? Okay. Then what if 2 days later you catch another play, you make $1,000? That's $2,500, right? All right. You don't have to trade for the whole week. You superseded the goal that week. So what I'm trying to get you to realize is 1 trade a day, you can make great money. Great money. You just have to be tapped in to like what the plan is, what the strategy is, and what the rules are, right? So started trading this morning, didn't like a lot. I didn't try to force anything. I didn't go heavy or anything like that, right? So I'm gonna show you guys one that like what one stock did that I was looking at, and it didn't do anything, so I just didn't trade it, right? So let's look at HIMS, right? So, like I say, I don't really trade the first 15 minutes of the market, right? And so HIMS is notorious for either chopping around or trending. That's what I've noticed, right? So let's look at it. So it had a move to the downside the first 15-minute candle, all right? So it came from here, $53 to here, 51, 42, okay? And now look what happened. Close right here. So it closed inside of this bar right here. And so it came down a little bit more, but we got some wicks. So we got a big wick right here. We got a big wick right there, wick right there, wick right there. All right. And then, but look at these wicks right here, right? This looks like it could have reversed right here and could have came to the downside. So it came from 51.22 to 51.98. That's not even a dollar, right? And then it chopped around right here, came down a little bit, came up, and then we got a decent move off of the orb level right here to down here. But I wasn't looking at it at this time frame, right? At this point in time. But after this move right here, it just chopped around all day, right? I don't want that. And even after this, right, it came below the orb, came and touched it. Some people would have entered in right here to take a short. It did it later on in the day. Right? So what I'm trying to get you to realize and understand is I am okay with not taking a trade. I am okay with missing out, right? Once you mature in trading, you want to understand that you're not missing out. Less is more. Less trades is more money. Less trades is more profitability, right? I don't want to be chasing every single stock every single day, right? Look at Apple. Look at all these wicks right here, right? Even in an uptrend, this wick right here could take you out, right? This one wick right here could take you out. Or you could think that it's about to come down, you get in a short, and then it goes up, right? So there were a lot of landmines today that were placed, right? Even look at Uber, right? It had one solid move to the downside and then just chopped around all day. I like trading Uber, right? I like trading HIMs. And so it just chopped around all day. So I'm not saying that there's not setups, but the longer that you trade, you're gonna start being able to see certain days that just aren't your days. And that's perfectly fine. But you gotta know your plan, you gotta know your trading strategy, and you gotta know what your rules are. All right? Your rules are inside of they supplement your strategy and your plan. But really your strategy, okay? But you wanna know your rules. If you don't know your trading rules, you're just doing stuff randomly, reckless. Don't be reckless because you don't wanna lose your money recklessly, all right? The way you do things is how you're gonna make your money and how you're gonna lose your money. If you do things methodically, you're gonna make your money methodically. If you do things methodically, you'll lose money methodically. That means that if you do things methodically, you will have a chance to not lose as much money if you're doing it methodically. But if you're just reckless, you will lose money recklessly, right? So yeah, I just wanted to talk about developing your plan and really understand like what is really being said here. Like lock in on your plan. Lock in on your plan. All right. So look, if you made it to the end of this video, in the comments, I want you to put something. I want you to put plan, strategy, and rules. All right. Plan, strategy, and rules. Put that in the comments. All right. You want to know your plan. You want to know what your strategy is, and you want to have your rules, and you want to live and die by them. All right. Plan, strategy, and rules. Keep that at the top of your mind, okay? Keep that at the top of your mind. You want to have that plan. Don't just be doing stuff randomly because that's not methodical. That's not predictable. All right. So with that being said, I hope that video made sense and I hope that it helped you out. All right. Like I always say, make sure you get up out of your head. Go get into this world because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right. And also remember, the more you study, the less you worry. All right. I'm going to see you guys on the next video. Peace.